Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to G-Bear's Off-Grid Ways, a homestead in the desert. And look at those clouds, hey? All over the mountains, going all the way down there. And then they're over there and over there. So they're all around me, but here's the interesting part. The weather reports. I watched the weather report on TV, and they said the monsoonal was out of here as of the beginning of the weekend, and it wasn't going to come back. Looks like we're going to have a cool, drier, more comfortable week ahead of us. And look what's going on now. I'm telling you, they haven't got a clue about the weather. Not a clue. They just make it up as they go along. So anyway, I've been out here for the last couple of days, but I've been working and getting into my work mode. I forget what time it is, and then all of a sudden it's old Doc 30 and I'm going in the house and not even eating supper until 8 or 8:30 at night. So I've been out here in and out today. It wasn't supposed to be 100 degrees again until like Wednesday or Thursday, but it's been 100 degrees every day, at least 100 degrees every day. So they screwed that up too. So anyway, I got some stuff all over the floor yet. I got to clean up. My solar controller and my inverter and my 2 batteries. That's that little tiny yellow top that I actually built everything out here on this property before I put my cabin in and got my solar installed there. I was using that little tiny yellow top optimum battery to run table saws and skill saws, chop saws, drills, battery chargers. Everything was running off that one little battery. Now, Andy gave me this battery, and I just tied it into the same system with a couple of alligator clips to keep it charged. And it's been doing a great job, as you can see. I got 13.3 across those 2 batteries there. But anyway, I'll be taking the small battery out of here. You know what? No, I think I'm going to leave the 2 Optimas. I got 2 Optimas. One of them was a big one like this, like that Andy gave me. So I'll put the 2 Optimas in here as my batteries for the van. And then that one is going to end up in the ore cart that's behind all that junk right there. So I'll be getting to work on that pretty soon too. I got this, when I get this all cleaned out completely, I'm going to put new carpeting in wall to wall. I am going to end up taking out this head rack that's up here because I don't need it anymore. Not carrying a bunch of tools back here. I do want to keep this one cabinet in here, but I want to give enough room. If I wanted to, I could lean my seat back, but it's not going to work out that way the way I'm thinking about it. Now I may end up building right there. I may end up building a short countertop, so I can actually do a couple of overnight campings in the van. Just put a queen size mattress back here, and then have a little countertop there with a 5-gallon catch pail underneath it to catch the water. And I'll put a little hand pump or a little 12-volt battery pump to run some water in there and be able to wash my hands and face, brush my teeth, that kind of stuff. And then I'll take the water that's in the bottom. I'll carry 5 gallons to go down the sink and 5-gallon bucket underneath to catch it all. And then I take the water that I catch when I get home and I'll just pour it on my trees. So I won't waste any water. But yeah, this is what's been going on. Got all of these shelvings out and that kind of stuff. So I am going to put all my solar stuff on a board that I'm going to mount from this wall to that next metal beam right there. I'll mount all of the solar stuff right there. I may put a small shelf right here underneath it so that I can put in like a little 12-volt coffee maker or something like that, or even a little 12-volt heater for those cold winters when I am out in this thing. But yeah, this is going to become a prospecting van, and if I want to do an overnighter, I'll just go out in the prospecting van. So that cabinet I'll keep, and I'll put some food and things like that inside of there, and I'll have a little cabinet underneath the kitchen countertop that'll go there. That will hold utensils and pans and that. And then, of course, besides the sink next to it, I'll have a little propane stove, which I already have. I just don't use it much anymore. So I'll put a little 2-burner propane stove there, and I can cook in here, do that kind of thing if I want. That's my plan, and it'll all come together. Found a whole bunch of stuff that had fallen down behind the cabinets, and I was saying to myself as I'm finding it, oh, that's where that went. That's okay, I'll put you here with the one I bought to replace you. So I hauled those heavy cabinets. I did ask my neighbor the other day when he was down here. We had supper together and chit-chatted and caught up on things. And I asked him if he would help me take this one big cabinet out that I took out today, because I didn't want to take all the stuff off of it. So it's a little extra heavy. So this thing's going about 240, 250 pounds with all the junk that's in it and all the screws and nails. But I didn't want to have to pull all of that out, put it on one place, and then pull it all off that place and sort it out. So what I'll do is I'll bring a chair in here one day, and I'll sit down right here on a chair, and I'll just start going through these shelves and cleaning everything out of there. I got shelving over here where I can sort things out. I just kind of, when I put the screws and bolts and that stuff on the shelf, I just kind of separated them a little bit, like put all the drywall screws in one stack and that stuff. So it'll be easy to sort that all out. But I got to go through all of this and then sort those out and then find the boxes they belong in and fill the boxes back up. And then I won't have to buy screws for a while. So anyway, I hauled that in here by myself. And everybody's going to say, well, how in the heck did you move that if it weighed 250 pounds? Well, it wasn't that easy, but it wasn't that hard. Like I said, I did ask my neighbor if he would help me carry it in if I disconnected everything and gave him a call. Then I got to thinking, when I was having breakfast this morning, I got to thinking, what would I do if I didn't have a neighbor? How would I get this done? Well, there's two ways. I could empty off the shelf completely and carry an empty shelf in, or I could take it in full and not have to change all my plans as to how I was going to do things. So I'm going to bring it in full. So how did I do it? Well, I got my block and tackle here, my rope that I didn't use, and I just took that one, the single pulley, and then I took this piece of rope right here. And what I did was I clipped that pulley up on here on this bracket, which is where the door latches. Then I tied the rope around the center of the cabinet so that it was locked in nice and tight and it couldn't fall. Okay. Then I brought the other end of the rope down and I put it through the hole in the trailer hitch and brought it back up, and then I wrapped it 3 or 4 times around my hand so I could control it, and that was like a brake. Then with my other hand, I grabbed a hold of the shelf and I started pulling it out as I released the rope up a little bit each time. And I got it out to where it was hanging in midair out here, with one end on the back there and the other end in the air, because the rope that was coming through there was holding it. Then I started lowering it down and lowering it down and lowering it down until this end touched the ground. And then I took the rope off and I grabbed a hold of the other end of the shelf and I just twisted it and set it down. That's all it took. Then I put it on my Harbor Freight Bigfoot dolly, which is over there. There was two big wheels you see sticking out. And I used a ratcheting tie-down strap, which I put back in, it's behind the bottles there. So I use a ratcheting strap to strap it to the cart, and then I leaned back, put my feet on the axle, and tilted the thing back far enough so I had it on a balance on the wheels. And then I just wheeled it in here. That's all there was to it. Not a bad plan. I liked it. The plan came through. I like when what was the guy, the lead guy on the A team. He'd always puff on his cigar and say, "I love it when a plane comes through." All right. So that's what I did to get that done. So what else did I do? Let's move around here. And oh boy, and I got to shut the lights off and get ready to close things up over here anyway. But I brought the locksmithing stuff into here. Now that pegboard will go up on the wall, and then this thing will turn and sit right here on top of this. And then right here I'm going to have a little tabletop bench where I could work for doing rekeys and that stuff, and have my my key machine, which is right there, and then my rekeying kit and my mat for rekeying locks. I'll have everything sitting right there so it's easily accessible. And then I'll even check the thrift stores, and if I can't find one, I'll make one. I'll make a little swivel bar stool I could sit on right here and do work if I had to. And I still have a whole bunch of locks and stuff in here. I may end up selling those. And what I might do is sell those on my YouTube channel. And if somebody needs a lock, I'll do a layout of some locks and keys and that stuff, and then tell everybody how much they want for them. I do have a PayPal account, so they can pay me through a PayPal account, and I'll mail the things off to them. And since I'm not going to be doing a lot of commercial locks anymore, I have got a whole bunch more inside of here. These are all mortar cylinders. And then I've got cabinet locks and that kind of stuff. And then down here I got a whole bunch of keys and other tools and blank keys there. I got blank automotive keys there. I got more blank keys over there on the little spinner. And my U.S. patent. So I'm also going to be wanting to sell this Lee anniversary reloading kit with 9mm dies come along with it. And that's all brand spanking new. It still has my original name and address tag on it, and it's never been used. It's never even been out of the box. So it's got the complete reloading kit, everything you need to reload except bullets and powder and primers. Those are things you buy separately. And by the way, here in California, reloading stuff does not fall under the same rules as ammunition. You don't need to leave thumbprints for it or anything like that. So, all right. So I got more keys there, and I got all kinds of stuff laying around here I got to start cleaning up here. It took me a while to clean all this junk out of here and get it all stored up there and get the boxes marked as to what's in them. But I did get it all done, and I'll be doing a little bit more each day, getting this place sorted out. And then I'll be in good shape with everything organized, and I'll know where everything is. Well, thank you for joining me, everybody. Hopefully we'll have a cool down coming this week, but I doubt it. Like I said, they keep on lying. This is G-Bear. Thank you for joining me. Don't forget your thumbs ups down there. Don't forget to share and subscribe and all of that kind of stuff. And you don't forget questions and comments at the bottom. Really appreciate those. G-Bear signing off.